I wanted to ask what has been like the sort of challenges around medical school that you've experienced so far in the 5 years that you've been in Aberdeen.
So I'd say the first thing that sort of springs to mind is just the transfer to medical school. Because when you're in high school, you go from being like one of the smartest people in the year in the class, and then you're in a room filled with really, really smart people. So that is something that's hard to adjust to at first. And I think also the like revision, like the way you study and learn in high school is completely different to how you do it in medicine, just because the content is so much. So I think for me, that was something I really struggled with at the beginning. And I breathe. One touch feels skinny.
Hi, Moyin. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Nice. So welcome to this live informal chat. It's just to find out about your experiences, basically. And I won't give any spoilers, but I'd just like you to introduce yourself.
So my name is Moyin. I am a final year medical student. I study at the University of Aberdeen, but I should be graduating this year.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations in advance. I know it comes very fast at this time of the year.
Yeah.
So how's the experience been in medical school? I know you just finished your electives recently. So can you tell us how have things been with you?
I'd say my overall experience in medical school has been really good.
That's good.
Just other than the fact that it's medical school, it's also university. So I got to move out of my home city for the first time, learn a lot about being independent, meeting new people. But in terms of it being a medical school in particular, I think it was really great. I loved getting lots of hands-on experience in the wards and things. So I think my medical school experience was really great, other than the first 2 years or 3 years where COVID was an issue, but other than that, it's been really good.
Oh wow. It feels like a lifetime ago when we had COVID. What was it like in medical school back then?
So for me, we had done the first semester of first year, and so I was just sort of settling into being in uni and sort of wrapping my head around medicine and what it's about. And then it was like halfway through second semester that COVID happened and the whole lockdown thing. And for the whole second year and the first half of third year, it was all online. I had to home and things. So it kind of disrupted the whole uni experience a little bit. But I think my university handled it pretty well in terms of like making sure we had all the online material we needed. But it was sort of like a shock, just getting used to uni and then having to get used to learning everything online. So that was a shock to the system.
To be fair, like no one knew what they were doing for the first few months of COVID. Everybody was just testing out new strategies, and I can imagine the sort of disruptions that happened with medical school, not having to see people, being on an online call. Some people, it can be difficult and it can be very isolating as well. But well done for getting through that. What's medical school like in Aberdeen?
It's really nice. Aberdeen wasn't my choice, just because from a bigger city, so I wanted something either the same or bigger. So Aberdeen's quite a small city. It's like up north in Scotland, but it was really nice. I've met lots of amazing people.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I think that's the great thing about medical school. You get to meet lots of people. And like you said, it's not just medical school, it's a uni as well. So you get to meet other people from different other courses, and like you get to build people's skills. And I think that's great. And moving to a new city, that's never an easy thing to do because yeah, you leave your comfort zone, you leave family and everyone else, and like you just take on all of these new experiences. And I think it will actually serve you for a very long time. Because what I find is moving to different places, I can adjust very quickly. I just get down to what I need to do to make the most of whatever time I find myself. But that's good. I know you just finished your electives, so tell us, what did you do? Where did you go? How was it?
Yeah, my elective was amazing. I went to Western Australia for my elective, so I was based there. And I was working at getting work experience at a GP practice there. And doing a quality improvement project alongside my elective on like just diabetes and the screening process for type 2 diabetes in those women. So yeah, it was really great. Again, it was a bit of a culture shock going to a completely different continent. Been to Australia before. It's like 23 hours by flight. But I really loved it. Again, I met amazing people, got to learn a lot about the healthcare system there, and the weather was amazing. So that was
that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. How long was the elective for in Western Australia?
It was for 8 weeks, so about 2 months. Yeah.
Okay. And I understand you just recently came back in the last month or two.
Yeah, I came back, and then like 2 weeks later we had our final Oskies. So the last have been really busy, but it's been good.
Yeah. So what's the next step for you after this? Because you're going to final year.
Yeah. So we'll be graduating at the end of June, and I've already got my FY job lined up, which is in Glasgow, which is where I'm from originally. This is where I grew up. So I'm really happy that I'm able to move back home, seeing my family, parents and stuff again. So that'll be nice.
That's nice. So you guys do your electives at the end of final year?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense now. That makes sense. Sorry, I always think back of my own experience because I went to Queen's University in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Yeah, so we do our electives at the end of fourth year, at the point where you're transitioning to final year. So well done. Yeah, well done. I didn't realize like you were coming into F1. It's exciting. It is. I'm sure you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely another new experience. So I'm a bit nervous about it, but that's what the 5 years of medical school prepares you for. So hopefully we could.
Yeah. The good thing is most places are good at supporting people with that transition into working, because you go into full-time work as an F1. It's a very good time. Keep an open mind. You'll be fine. What we're hoping to do is we're hoping to organize a workshop soon for F1's people coming in. But the good thing is some places are good at support. And I think Scotland is very good at that. So I think you have a lot of help, sort of helping you transition into F1. F1 now and when I did F1, I think there are a lot of similarities as well. So just keep an open mind, stay on top of your portfolio. It's all about the portfolio, but like, I'm not sure if you know what specialty you want to go into, but if you know what specialty you want to go into, then that makes it easier because you can start planning for the next 2 years, what you want to do after that.
Yeah.
So I know we've talked a lot, and time goes by when you're having fun. Like
Mhm.
everybody has gotten to experience. But I wanted to ask, what has been like the sort of challenges around medical school that you've experienced so far in the 5 years that you've been in Aberdeen?
Um, so I'd say the first thing that sort of springs to mind is just the transition from school
Okay.
to medical school. Because when you're in high school, you go from being like one of the smartest people in the year, in the class, and then you're in a room filled with really, really smart people. So that is something that's hard to adjust to at first. And I think
Yeah.
also the like revision, like the way you study and learn in high school is completely different to how you do it in university, especially medicine, just because the content is so much.
Yeah.
So I think for me, that was something I really struggled with at the beginning. And I don't know if I was as well supported in that from the university itself. But I do know definitely in second year with the whole COVID thing, have like
Yeah.
a session where they like taught us how to like study online and all that stuff. But it would have been great to have something like that when I was first transitioning into medical school.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're 100% correct about the mental side of things, because you go from like being the top 1% in your high school, and then you're in this room with everybody else, and like you sometimes you might second guess yourself, like, am I really qualified to be in this room with everybody else? But like, and I think that's the challenge a lot of people experience, even in F1, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
get that sort of preparation you need mentally to let you know that, yeah, you've done enough to be you are as qualified as everyone else in this room. Even though your experiences might be different, you can do this, you can get through it, and there's not that mental support which is lacking. And like, I don't think school properly teaches you how to study effectively. So there are a few people, if you want to take on a personal curriculum, there are a few people that have sort of documented their journey, and they're sharing those experiences online on YouTube. Popular ones are Ali Abdal. I don't know if you've come across Ali. Great guy. He's not doing medicine anymore, but he's sort of went to Cambridge, sort of documented his whole journey in terms of studying how to study. Saying, if I can remember. So he's gone on to be like a productivity expert, and like, yeah, he's made a good name for himself on YouTube. So Ali is the standard in terms of what to aim for. But Ali's help, his resources are quite helpful. And I think if medical school can sort of prepare people for like, yeah, this is a new experience for you, and sort of make sure people are well supported and not just give you a lot of information on the first week. You find that you're left on your own after the first week. So that tailored support is often lacking. And it's the same, it even gets, unfortunately, it'll feel like it gets worse in F1, F2, because you're meant to be as independent can be. So you have to sort out life and work and everything that's happening at the same time, and they expect you to be your best. So the NHS doesn't provide that much support in terms of helping people transition and making sure they're settled. They do have the structures in place. Some places put up body systems, but
Mm-hmm.
those body systems are not properly looked after. You find that even the mentor that's meant to be looking after somebody needs looking after.
Yeah.
So everybody goes their separate ways after the first few weeks, so that it's not a consistent program per se. And I think that's the painful part. And I think that's where I see Oddarra stepping in to make that difference. Can we provide tailored support to the end for a lot of these people can we talk to response ourselves to support each other. Hence, the reason I'm doing this interview is hence I'm trying to build a platform as best as I can. It's a lot of work, but I think having gone through those experiences when you don't feel well supported to having a more detailed support, we're still working on the mechanics, but I think it's good to prepare people mentally to say this is the challenge ahead of you, but how can we begin to solve it? But what I say is have fun, keep an open mind, um, go to work excited, bring the joy wherever you go into. Know that you're enough, like you're qualified to do this job. Like your medical school have vetted you through this whole experience. It's fine, you have challenges along the way, but like you can do this. And I think that sort of mentality will help, and it will carry you through. If you need support, ask for help. There are a lot of people there that needs you to ask for help, but you need to be independent and it needs to come from you. Because at the end of the day, to be fair, there's not much hand holding. But we'll work out something eventually. I hope to do a lot more workshops, get more people together, and doctors supporting doctors. But yeah, I could go on and on, but I think I have to pause. But yeah, any questions you like to ask, Moyin?
No questions. Just yeah, it's like what you were saying. If there was more support, even just for starting Y1 for starting med school, then it would make the whole process a lot easier for everyone. Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm working on something to provide more tailored support to if you need help along the way. Like it will be like a whole program. We're still testing it out on different things. So I'm definitely working on something. Hence Oddarra. But yeah, I hope to help people not go through the pain that I went through. It's made me a better person, but it would have been a lot easier if I had that support. But yeah, we'll keep in touch, definitely. Yeah, we'll keep in touch.
Are you based in the UK or is it like Ireland or?
Okay. So I'm based in the UK, so I'm actually in the northeast of England. Yeah. So I initially did biomedical sciences at Newcastle University before medical school. So I did that for 3 years, and then I went to Belfast and I did postgraduate medicine, but ours was for 5 years rather than 4 years. So finished in 2019, been working since then. I moved back to England because I got a job in the West Midlands for F1, F2. I was in Worcester, Redditch, Worcester, Redditch, Hereford. So those were the three cities I was across 2 years. It was very isolating. At the middle of F2 was when COVID happened. So it was a lot of transition period. Yeah. But it was good because work was supportive. You went to work and you saw people, and I lived in hospital accommodations. After then, I did F3. I took a year out and I just locumed. I locumed in Northern Ireland. I locumed in Sunderland. And then I went on to do GP training. So I'm in the second year of GP training, going on to the final year. I wanted to do surgery, but I didn't get it. I got interviews and everything, but I didn't get a job. But I had everything I needed in my portfolio. But after going through the whole experience of trying to apply for surgery and the culture and speaking to a lot of consultants and trying to see, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? I was like, no, I need more time on my hands. I need to be in better control of my time. So hence GP. GP is very flexible. Yeah, I like to know a lot about everything. So, and I like talking to people, like meeting patients. So GP was the right career choice for me. But having gone through surgery and seeing how intense it was and how you're not supported through the application process and how people are not even aware of the challenges that lie ahead, because it's one thing to hear that this thing is tough, but on the other hand, it's a different thing to experience how tough it is. So I think that's where a lot of people struggle. So a lot of my friends are actually struggling, people who got into surgery and like they're not too happy. So hence I wanted to start Oddarra to provide that more tailored support. So yeah, that's all about me. Life is good, life is fun. There are challenges, but I think keeping an open mind and having the mindset that this will require work and putting in that work, I think that's what has served me so far. But yeah, definitely, Oddarra, by God's grace, I should provide that support and more consistent body system than what the NHS provides. So yeah, but we're here to help. If you need anything, let us know. I think the first workshop for F1s will be somewhere around the middle of July. So I'll let you know. Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're part of the Oddarra family, so welcome on board. You're more or less an ambassador. But yeah, it's been great catching up with you, Moyin. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great meeting you as well. Thank you.
Yes.